Hey you guys, I completely told you so. If you didn't know already, the Five Nights at Freddy's sister location trailer dropped today, and I'm gonna go into my normal gaming camera mode. Look at this. I 100% told you guys. I paused the trailer. I told you part of the jump scare, at least it's seeming like it right now, is going to open the mask face thing, and it's going to be crazy. So that's what I wanted to show you guys. I'm a little late. The trailer released like 12 hours ago or something like that, and I saw it and I thought, hey, I'll make a video, but I didn't really have time. But now I do. So you know what? You go watch the trailer now. Pause this video. The link is in the description. Go and watch it, and then come back and we'll watch it together, but I'll show you what I'm thinking at each part. So you go do that. Okay, so I'm assuming that you've done that. So let's sink our teeth into this. As I've said before, I'm not really a huge person to hop on the bandwagon, but I've been so excited. I've been waiting for so long for this game that I'm not patient enough to wait for other people to make their theories, and sometimes I have good theories too. So let's just get right into this. So I'll hit play. So obviously going back, showing the first 4 games, kind of showing his experience more or less. I like that he didn't show the original. Not sorry, he didn't show FNAF World in here, which was kind of nice. It's a little bit too cute and not terrifying. Now, the first thing that you hear, we're going to get to the image in a second, but the first thing you hear is, "Don't hold it against us." And that's a little terrifying. I'm going to assume that it means what is going to happen. It could have been, I suppose, what has happened in the past, but, so, anyway, my mind is completely blown by this trailer because I don't know exactly what this is. So getting into the image, I want to point out that it seems to have 2 themes going at once. It has the sister location themes where it's all feminine type animatronics and got ballerina, it has Funtime Foxy, which is Mangle completely assembled, which you guys will see later. If you've already seen the trailer, you've already seen it. But then at the same time, it's got this weird underground, it says, space station vibe, which is weird. And you can see there's a poster here for dance, so with the ballerina, I'm guessing it's called Ballora. Anyway, so we've got these big, presumably sliding doors in what appears to be an elevator, which I'm going to skip ahead just a couple frames. You'll see it looks like I'm going through, and this looks like a level, so it looks like I'm going several stories underground, like really, really, really far, and it has a button here and a keypad. I don't know if that will be interactable in the game, but it seems, at least as far as I've seen, that there may be some motion in the game. There's crawling through a vent later, which could either mean that it's just from the point of view of an animatronic that's climbing through the vent, because we've all experienced that before, from FNAF 2 and 3, but it could be you having to crawl through a vent, which would just be terrifying, especially if baby is there. So let's skip ahead just a little bit more, see if there's anything else to say. And it keeps repeating, "Don't hold it against us." No, we're going to get to that in a second, but first, what in the heck is that? Look at him there. Let's see if we can go back just a little bit more. I would have downloaded this video beforehand, but I just decided to do this video now. Okay, there's a better view of him. What in the heck is he? He looks like, he almost looks like a plush, but he looks to be not made out of any sort of soft material, so he looks to be made out of plastic, and he looks absolutely terrifying. We're going to get to the Balloon Boy sort of character in a moment, but this appears to be a control room with glass panels. Now, again, I don't know if this is where you're going to be actually controlling the game from, or if you're really going to be able to control the game now. A gameplay mechanic could be you need to run from location to location just to avoid dying, and you have no actual control. It would be terrifying, be a little bit frustrating, especially yeah, there's a lot of things that could be wrong with that, but it's just I'm trying to explain as good as I can based on what I've seen. So there's a clock here which is saying about what? So like 12:30, and then this would be 45. So like 12:40 about. And I don't know, I use a digital clock every day. It's now my downfall because I almost forgot how to read analog clocks. Anyway, so just tons of dials. I have no idea what they mean. I have a feeling that we won't get to push any of these buttons, but for all I know, we'll get to push all of them. So anyway, but no, this guy's creepy as fudge, but look at this Balloon Boy character. It's not really Balloon Boy, but it's very similar. I need to pause it on exactly the right moment. That wasn't it. Dang it, you see? There we go. Okay, so it looks like some sort of barbershop character or maybe train engineer. Something along those lines, just based on the stripes on the hat. And it could be a scarf or a bow tie or something, who knows. But he appears to either be set up there, like maybe a hand puppet, like a dummy sort of thing. I don't know if there's a ventriloquist doll, essentially. He looks like he's propped up there like that, but he could also be hanging. There's a lot of cords, so I wouldn't be very surprised. But he's just hanging there limply, and his eyes are open, so that's a major creepy vibe. No idea what's going on there. And now, moving my eyes down here, it's something I hadn't really thought about until now. There seems to be storage tanks of some sort down here. There's 6 of them, and they have a little pressure gauge, and they could be, I would assume, being in an underground, probably bunker/storage facility or something. They could be oxygen, so you might be limited on how much oxygen you have in this game, which would just be crazy. Similar to Five Nights at Freddy's 3, where you need to keep your ventilation going or else you start hallucinating. Could be something along those lines, so we'll keep on scooting on in here. So, this is the part where I was talking about where you're crawling through the vent. As I stated, I don't know if it's crawling through a vent from the animatronics point of view or ours. And there's nothing that I've seen. I'm just going to check that last frame or so. Yeah, I don't see anything special, so we're just going to continue on. And here is Funtime Foxy. Now, the first thing I noticed right away is how freaking shiny these guys are. Like, Scott spared no expense when it came to rendering these things out, because I know personally how hard it is to render reflective materials, and it takes a long time. So anyway, I was just really excited about that, and the booting up, that's what I'm assuming is going on. It looks like they're booting up, coming to attention, especially with Baby. But you'll see here the panels on the face, like I said, they do move. On each animatronic, and you'll see these, there's lines here that are separating all of them, and you'll see as Funtime Foxy starts up, or Mangle, I suppose. It's really close to Mangle, it's like the same head. Anyway, as it boots up, the eyes turn to us, and it just becomes super scary. Anyway, so, deep below ground, and that's where I get my underground thing. Now, let's see. Here is what appears to be Ballora, and it's got nice little earrings. It's a human. It is definitely a ballerina. It's got like a little crown-looking sort of decoration up here. That's more of a ballerina sort of thing, I suppose. Now, when its face moves in the sort of boot-up sequence, by the way, in this trailer you never see her eyes open. So I'm getting the feeling that her eyes opening is a really bad thing. Like, you think that the things are bad in this game, just wait until her eyes open. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Or maybe even her eyes never open. Who knows? But I'm assuming that her eyes opening is just the worst. So let's go in here. Now, watch this. Look at these teeth. Holy crap. So, I can't really tell, but it looks like they are not normal animatronic teeth. First of all, they have a curve up, but also, from this angle at least, now this could just be a trick of the light because the light is shining from this direction. It could just be shining on all the edges, or they could be freaking sharp teeth. So, yeah. And it looks more like they are actually just sharp teeth. Like, look at that view right there. That's just, it's absolutely terrifying. And you can see there's exposed wires on her wrists, which is interesting. And you can actually see it here too. I don't know why those aren't covered up. That could just be aesthetics. But I don't even know. So let's continue on. Where memories sleep. That's an interesting quote. Like, I don't know why he says that. And I've been kind of thinking about it. Where memories sleep. And so does this mean that these are old animatronics that were designed like in the past and they're just now being booted up? Or do we know? Do we know anything at this point? And here is Funtime Freddy. Now this is a really intriguing animatronic, but not because of anything we see here other than the colors, which is crazy weird colors. But watch this. So his face is going to boot up too. Look at that. Still super creepy. Wait a second. I want to see something really quick. There's a weird light behind him. I don't know if that was on purpose, but it looks like there's some sort of background behind him that's getting lit up. Anger is restless, as usual. And then, so this is one of our first looks at Baby. This looks like some sort of fan. The blades aren't angled in any way, but it, I don't think, could be anything other than maybe a flower, but it's not really colorful. So I'm assuming fan, maybe some sort of a cooling system built into her chest. And obviously the microphone with the hand and the fingers move. And she's still repeating, "Don't hold it against us." I can only assume it's Baby's voice. It's the only one that it would probably match to, and secrets don't keep. So this makes it seem like one of the animatronics maybe was treated really badly, and like this is just speculation, but it seems like one of the animatronics had something happen to it, and now they all know about it, and it's really terrifying to think about. And now this is where things get really interesting. Look at what Funtime Freddy's holding. He's holding what appears to be a Bonnie, like ventriloquist doll, which is what I was kind of thinking of when it came to the ones in that control room. So let's go into here. Mangle. Well, I want to call it Mangle. Funtime Foxy. I need to remember that. Has a full outfit. Like, well, full body, I guess. If it's, you know, a endoskeleton inside, it's pretty much an outfit. But look at that. It's really futuristic. It looks like it, because especially the toes, that's really what makes it look the most futuristic. But it looks like we're really far in the future. And that's kind of the vibe I'm getting at the moment, because we, like, it has that futuristic, like, back when people used to make films and stuff of robots in the future. That's pretty much what they look like. That's their aesthetic. They have the angles and the soft curves and everything, and it's just, I don't know how to describe it. Also, it looks, oh yeah, you can see finger joints. I was gonna say it looks like her fingers don't bend, but okay. And there is a giant speaker on, I think, Funtime Foxy's and Funtime Fredbear's, or Freddy, I don't remember, their chest. And so that's pretty interesting. Also, the face, like, it doesn't just open up every once in a while during the boot up sequence. It actually moves around while it's singing or whatever it's doing right here. And did you see that? Look at that. That has a big resemblance to the very destroyed Foxy from Five Nights 4. But look at that. That is just crazy. You can see the actual architecture. So we'll continue on. And this is Ballora, I'm assuming. And she's actually standing with her toes on point, and she is dancing, obviously, and her eyes are still closed, and it is very obviously a woman, not just a girl or any type of animal, and her tutu is constantly spinning, which is a little weird, but it's okay, it's whatever. Anyway, and so every time she, like, lowers, her face, like, kind of shudders apart and comes back together. Little weird. That's actually kind of explainable. Maybe that wasn't on purpose, but when they designed the animatronic. But the Foxy one is weird. And we're going to go into Freddy, which then you can really see the blue of the Bonnie little animatronic hand puppet and the speaker on the chest, which means to me that both of them will be able to talk, which would be absolutely crazy. And his hat, well, it could be a her at this point. Who even knows? They're just weirdly colored, so honestly, these both could be guys. Like, the only two definite females are these two. Considering they're robots, they don't really have gender, but whatever. And the bow tie, I think, is black, but it's a very pink light that's around. But yeah, the hat goes up and down, and I haven't seen if there's, like, something lifting it. I'm assuming there is. But anyway, now to the main attraction. Which, by the way, it has these weird things sticking out of it. And I have no idea. It looks like she's some sort of pincushion, or maybe even a marionette of some kind, but who knows? Now you can get really into the detail, and if it wasn't scary enough already, watch the eyes glow and hear the hum. Oh man, that's just scary. And so obviously the name of it is going to be Five Nights at Freddy's Sister Location. Now bear in mind this is trailer number 1. There's going to be more than one, which is really scary. At least it's seeming like it, because it says trailer 1, and I don't think any of the other ones said trailer 1. And here we go. Now wait for it. This is what I was talking about, you guys. When I said that it was probably going to be part of a jump scare, watch this. Now if you didn't see that, whoops, there we go. There, whoop. There, now you can see it. The face freaking opens up, and she looks like she's kind of convulsing. It may not actually be a jump scare, but it was scary, and he used it as a jump scare. So even if in the actual game he doesn't use it as a jump scare, he used it as this jump scare. So we're gonna call that good. And then don't this fall. And now listen to this quote at the end. You don't know what we've been through. So that just tells me that they have some serious history behind them, which is mostly terrifying, to be honest with you. So that you don't know what we've been through. So that makes it seem like they have been around for a long time, and that's another possibility of them being future animatronics. I don't know how far in the future, but their technology seems way, higher technology. I don't know, higher tech than any of the previous games, and the whole facility has this dark, metallic feel to it, and so it feels like it's a containment place for these animatronics. And I wouldn't be surprised if these animatronics somehow, like, this is just, I don't know, this is just a random guess, but what if the animatronics were actually making themselves more technologically advanced? Because the whole facility doesn't look that nice. The animatronics look really nice and shiny, and if you think about it, most of the environments that the animatronics were in was also reflected upon the quality of the animatronics themselves, except for Five Nights at Freddy's 2 with the withered animatronics. But that was explainable, because those weren't actually the in-service animatronics. But these ones, not only are they new and shiny, kind of like the facility that they're in, but they're like way newer looking and way shinier and just really in a completely different style. So what I'm thinking is that there's a possibility that these animatronics might be actually more or less upgrading themselves, to take a reference of Doctor Who. But seriously though, that's just kind of my thoughts. I'm going to try if I can do it. The next teaser, I'm going to try to be one of the very first to say anything about it, just because I want to get my theories out there, and I want to make sure that nobody is thinking that I'm taking theories from them, because if my video's out there first, I obviously didn't steal from anybody, and I didn't steal anybody from this one, or with this video, but since it's so late, I had time to watch the other videos even though I did not. So, thank you guys for watching this. Please feel free to check out the rest of my channel. I do gaming videos. I may do a Five Nights at Freddy's gaming video, but it's really, really unlikely. I am absolutely terrified of horror games. But stay tuned if you like this video. There will be more of it in the future. At least that's the plan. And I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.